The streets of Jerusalem were bustling, but Jeremiah felt the weight of a heavy burden on his heart. From the moment God called him as a young man, he knew his path would not be easy. "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you," the Lord had told him. "I appointed you as a prophet to the nations." But Jeremiah had protested. "I am too young." Yet God had touched his mouth, placing his words there. Now, years later, Jeremiah stood at the gates of the temple, his voice trembling with urgency. "This city will fall if you do not turn back to God," he cried out. "You trust in lies, in idols, in false prophets who tell you peace is coming, but destruction is near." The priests and leaders sneered. Some laughed, others grew angry. One of them, Pashhur, a chief officer, seized Jeremiah and had him beaten and locked in the stocks overnight. Bloodied and exhausted, Jeremiah sat in the darkness, whispering to God, "You deceived me, Lord. I speak your words, but they only bring me pain. I want to stop, but your word is like fire in my bones. I cannot hold it in." Jeremiah 27:9. The next morning, they released him, expecting him to be silenced. But Jeremiah stood tall. "Pashhur, the Lord calls you, terror on every side. Babylon is coming, and you will see this city burn." Years passed. Jeremiah warned the people again and again. No one listened. Then, one day, the Babylonians came. Fire raged through Jerusalem. The temple fell. The people were taken captive. Jeremiah sat among the ruins, weeping. But even in sorrow, he remembered God's promise. "I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you a future and a hope." One day, Israel would return. One day, the Messiah would come. And Jeremiah's words, though painful, would lead his people back to God.